Good morning, children. Today we will discuss the further topic of the chapter finding out about the Delhi Sultans. Yesterday we discussed and I sent you two videos regarding this chapter, how Delhi Sultanate came into existence in 13th century. So now here finding about the Delhi Sultans means how it has been find out. One of the book, like in previous chapter we read about, that is, the name was Mihan's Siraj. So in that particularly some detail has been given. So what the history says about Delhi, we get a lots of description in that one. So now, although inscriptions, coins, architectures provide a lot of information, especially valuable are histories. Tariq, singular, it is in singular word, then Tariq, that is in plural word. Only difference of pronunciation is that. But when we say Tariq, it is singular. When we say Tariq, it is plural, written in Persian. So it has been written in Persian language of administration under the Delhi Sultan. Some pictures have been given here. The authors of Tariq were learned men, secretaries, administrators, poet, and courtiers. The author of Tariq means different people have written about history of Delhi, and they were not a simple people, they were learned people, they were scholar one who were appointed into the courts of the king or departments of the sultans or the rulers of Delhi. That is in secretaries, administrators, the poets, the courtiers. These were the rank of the Delhi Sultanate, who both recounted events and advised rulers on governance, emphasizing the importance of just rule. Emphasizing means how they have ruled, and they particularly emphasized on the particular things how they have ruled. So the circle of justice was that, if we see according to that, that is Fakare Mudbir wrote in 13th century, a king cannot survive without soldiers. A soldiers cannot live without salaries, and salaries come from the revenue collected from peasants. Peasants means farmer. But peasants can pay revenue only when they are prosperous. Obviously, when people are prosperous, rich, they will be able to pay the tax to the king or sultan. And happy. This happens when the king promotes justice and honest government. This happens means if people are happy in the kingdom, so what will happen? The king promotes justice and honest governments, means the justiceful rule is over the kingdom. So this, the circle of justice, explain this. Now keep the following additional details in mind. One author of Tariq lived in cities, mainly in Delhi, and hardly ever in villages. So, second is they often wrote their histories for sultans in the hope of rich rewards. Remember, last year also we read about these, the poets, the courtiers, the writers, whosoever in the courts of king were presented generally, like if you remember the prashasti, so they are means obviously when you're working for the king or the ruler, you will write the all goody things about the rulers. So this happened, they because hardly ever in the villages means they were talking about the city's life and often wrote the history of the sultans in hope to reach awards. Means if they are writing good things, so they will get the award or reward from the rural side. These author advise rulers on the need to present an ideal social order based on birthright and the gender distinction. The birthright, this is the one of the important term, and the meaning is also given in the book. Means birthright, when you are born in that country, privileges claimed on account of birth. Means you have it is believed that nobles inherited their rights and governed because they were born in certain families. Means you born in rich family, so it's your right to live like that. So gender and gender distinction, the gender distinction, you will see, like gender distinction was very you can say important in Mughal history, sorry, in Sultanate history or in Mughal history. When we proceed to further, like their ideas were shared by everybody. Means whatever they have written chronically, when other writers have written them, they also followed the same structure of writing. So in that particularly, we have one of the beautiful example of the danger distinctions. Means we when we see that in during the period of 1230s, Sultan Iltutmish daughter Rajia becomes Sultan. So till here we discuss, because video will be lengthier. In the next video I explain you this, because the topic is lengthier one. Okay.